I'm telling you right now that Republicans are whistling past the graveyard before these midterms on how the Trump administration is recklessly using ICE. I'm all for border law enforcement. I don't agree with the Democrats that all border law enforcement is bad or fascist, and I don't believe that ICE is the Gestapo. But I think what is happening is you have tens of thousands of new recruits that are not experienced, that have an aggressive agenda, that are being reckless and have little regard for the law. Now, ICE has deported hundreds of thousands of people, the vast majority of which has been completely lawful. But when you have such a big operation with so many new recruits, the sheer number of unlawful activity occurring around the country is going to go up. And the biggest problem for Republicans right now is that there's no government accountability for it. They either don't acknowledge any of these mistakes happening, or they write it off and say that, no, all our ICE agents are getting the worst of the worst and they're all patriots. There's no accountability. Everything these days is so tribal and political, and this is not a black and white issue. On several occasions, the Department of Homeland Security has not been truthful when pressed on ICE's wrongdoing. A great example of this is ICE's deployment of tear gas in Chicago and them getting physical with protesters. They allege the protesters started it first, that rocks are being thrown at them, that bikes are being thrown at them. But videos shown in court did not show this at all. It actually showed that ICE were the aggressors much of the time. This isn't to say at all that there aren't tons of cases every day in which ICE agents are being impeded and assaulted, and that is wrong and needs to stop. But it does go to show that the Department of Homeland Security is not always truthful all the time either. There just needs to be more accountability for wrongdoing.